Hello Pisces. We are going to do your April 2020 Practically Soulful rating. I know, right? Your May one is going to be due soon. Forgive me. It's been a weird couple of months, hasn't it? How are you going? You okay? I think you guys are going to be about 4th off the ladder. No, maybe 5th or 6th, I'm not sure. So, the Zodiac weekly readings, I know this is not a weekly Zodiac reading, but the Zodiac weekly readings will be done differently from now on. It'll go by most viewed, most interacted. So be sure, if the message resonates, that you like, you share, subscribe. And then you won't have to obviously wait until the very end for your reading to come, okay? So let's take a look at the energies you are working with. Failure came out, but I'm just being guided to put it back. I thought it formed the basis, but let's see if it comes back up again. Failure has been a big teacher for you this month, and really identifying what is failure anyway, yeah? New world, new definitions, new perceptions, new ways, new rules. That's what this is about. And subconsciously, Pisces are really, truly learning the gift of surrender. As we move out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, you know, your life, your journey, your soul purpose, your path has very much reflected this gift of, wow, I just saw a flash of light, this gift of surrender, letting go of our old dreams, our old roles, our old careers, old relationships, old lessons, old versions of ourselves, and that's been permeating for many. Those two want to jump. Maybe you know an Aquarius because they had adversity as well. So did Capricorn, being the lighthouse. You know, collectively, we are all very much learning how to go without on a much different level to how we used to in many ways too. Underneath all of this is the energy of perseverance, my dear. You are pushing through, you are surrendering, you are persevering and trusting that, you know, there's this grief process, yes, there's this ending, this old version of you, this old life, this old world. This whole world is transforming, Pisces, you know, but you are persevering. You're not finding yourself lost in the letting go, which is a gift in itself. What you're moving towards is the energy of transformation. So this month, in very many ways, like I was saying, you know, earlier in the reading, that this gentle invitation to surrender has been permeating within you because you know that there is an ending. You know that in many ways, who you were compared to who you are two different people, and that transition is simply that. It is a transition, your life, and you can apply that to many different things, okay? Career, relationships, perceptions, beliefs. You're gaining a lot by moving towards deeper transformations, and you're probably going to dip one toe in, dip it out. You're not jumping in head first. I can feel that, because what you're more focused on is this. All right, now adversity teaches us so much. You know, are we blaming ourselves for the decisions we've made that led to feeling this? Are we feeling that it's an outside influence? What does lack mean to us is different on every level for each of us, you know. But adversity in itself is a great wisdom teacher. I accept that challenges are the best way for me to learn. And sometimes challenges are calling us to get, you know, they get our attention simply because we've played a role. We've become so comfortable in old roles. We've been so comfortable in what, you know, in how we should be. That we accept it to such a point that we need our attention woken up like that. I feel like I really need to tell you the same lighthouse story that Capricorn got. There's a lighthouse in your life, Or maybe you are the lighthouse. I feel like this is wisdom you've been pushing to the back and not listening to. When it comes to what you have learnt from adversity, what you have learnt from loss. Because that's something that's yet to fully integrate. Not that you haven't, yet to fully integrate, because you're walking into this transformation energy, okay? Your challenges and what you have perceived to have lost is what I want to say with this card. Have been lighthouse moments for you to truly see what matters the most to you. What and who matters the most. Okay? In the past, I do see that you were really challenged by the energy of discipline. What does it... You're really pushing... I feel like you're really pushing yourself against a current or a flow that you've been told should be. But discipline is such a multifaceted experience. You're disciplined when it comes to who and what matters the most to you, but you won't be when it comes to something that just does not resonate, yeah? And I feel like these lighthouse moments, the energy of adversity, has taught you what you ultimately want to focus on. There's been paths, connections, perceptions, beliefs that have been your go-to for a reason. But in many ways, they're falling away. There is a transition period for you this month, okay? Above all this is pride. Below all this is friendship. What has adversity taught you when it comes to these two things? What has death taught you when it comes to the transitionary energy of these two things? Where have you disciplined yourself to go with the grain? Where do you need to discipline yourself to put boundaries down, is what I'm hearing. I love myself and I see myself in everyone. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Maybe you have a friendship that is your lighthouse, Pisces. Maybe you are that for a friend, okay? Maybe you are experiencing adversity in some of your connections. I feel more strongly that you are holding your tongue and perhaps not even asking. Not trusting the light in a situation. Because something has to end here, but you are persevering through it. I keep seeing a vision of a Pisces swimming upstream. Now, you're persevering with an old role, you're persevering with an old belief, an old fear, because that's just how things are done. You know, there is a connection in your life that is there for a very big reason, and it is time to let go of the old. Maybe a new connection. Sorry, I'm just going to move this. Maybe a new connection has arrived and you are very disciplined by following the same rules, following the same old goals. That's just how things are done. That's how I've always been. This is what I'm hearing. You are swimming upstream and not surrendering. Surrender is a very big word. You are not surrendering to the new you, new way of connecting, new way of being, new lessons that are trying to come. It is time to let go of the old. I feel like I'm speaking to a Pisces that this is relevant in connection, okay? So definitely about connection, the connections we have out of pride, the connections that make us experience adversity, the connections that we refuse to have because of past experiences with adversity, the connections and love we do not let into our heart because of pride. And we have been so disciplined in so many ways to hold ourselves back, and that is what needs to die so that we can ultimately experience true and genuine connection. if you persevere this month, Pisces, there is a massive gift of love for you. I'm feeling it. And that is even just self-love. If you are experiencing challenges in a friendship, if you are experiencing challenges in a new connection, love, intimacy, otherwise, the old must go. Your energy is leaving the collective, okay? And with it comes a surrender. The old you must go. Your old fears, your old beliefs, your old perceptions must leave in order for the new energy to permeate. I really want to clarify this now, because I can apply that energy, that wisdom, in many different ways. You're calling forward something here. The last 3 weeks have been key about this letting go, this wisdom lesson. You're willing to work on something here. The Page of Swords is a very watchy energy. Online communications too. You're watching something from afar. When it comes to career influences, wanting to manifest, bring in something. What fell on the ground? What fell on the ground, Pisces? Let me have a look. Wisdom fell. Have you dropped your inner wisdom at some point? Have you? Wisdom. The Hermit is ruled by Virgo. The World, the Fool. Like right next to each other. The World and the Fool is like the energy when I look at numerology, or number codes I call them, the energy of 9 and 0, you know, that completion, completing, letting go, surrendering an old so that I can welcome that 0 point energy before the new comes in. It's a very transitionary month for you. This is like Scorpio energy, okay? The Death card shows up and it invites us into the surrendering to transition. Death of the old, death of the old. With a death in your life, with, and I'm speaking metaphorically, you may very well have experienced some sort of an ending, but I feel it's more metaphoric for an ending, I should say. You just woke up, you're waking up feeling different, you know? Okay, this is about love. This is definitely about friendship and connection, but something's got to give, something's got to go. Because underneath all this, this is your wish fulfillment. Something has entered your experience, your life, your new perception of your path ahead. Something has inspired you. You are letting go of the old so you can ultimately walk towards what it is that you wish for. I just feel like I need to tell you, you are persevering, you are being very disciplined, you are engaging the energy of pride for the wrong thing, the wrong reasons. This energy of perseverance should be the river that floats us and flows us to our new. I feel like I'm specifically speaking to Pisces that are finding a very hard time to let go of an old way of being, an old way of being in connection, an old way of experiencing friendship and connection. You're trying to keep up a face, you're trying to keep up a role, a structure, because that's just how things are done, okay? The first couple of weeks of April have you in assessment mode of what have I manifested here and am I willing to work on it? And in very many ways, yes, you are. This could focus on connections you have made through work. This could be connections, what you're manifesting in the realms of a future when it comes to your career. The last 3 weeks has potentially been very relevant to you. There's the online watching. You are watching something online. Something has sparked your interest. It might be connected to a connection you've met online, but you're wanting to work on it. You're wanting to build on it. You're wanting to manifest something from this. You're patiently waiting for it to manifest, but you've also experienced a period of deep introspection and trying to find the wisdom. And I felt like you dropped the ball. I dropped this card. So you dropped your wisdom in some way, Pisces, when it came to that energy that I was talking about earlier, persevering upstream with an old concept, an old belief, an old idea, an old fear. This month is about welcoming that transition energy when it comes to death, when it comes to moving into the age of Aquarius, when it comes to letting go everything that you are in order to... This is about meeting yourself. Like I said, that there's an ending here and a new beginning. Like, by engaging in this ending, you automatically get a new beginning. By engaging this new beginning, you automatically get an ending. You know, with every door that closes, a new one opens, okay? And if we try and start a new beginning with an old door open, there's just going to be this flow of energy. We cannot start anything new if we are still connected in to the old, if it is an unhealthy connection. The reason I said this is about love is because, you know, well, old mate Emperor and the King of Cups is here. The Four of Wands is the marriage card, the 1111 card. We are awakening to what and who we want to call our home. The two eyes, the two arms, the four walls that we start each and every day with. Am I controlling myself too much when it comes to showing this softer side of me, Pisces? You are the embodiment of the King of Cups. You can experience emotional mastery even when you are swimming upstream and trying to be so disciplined. You are experiencing adversity because you have not seen the light in the gift that has been presented to you. This feels very much like an Aquarian reading. Maybe you have Aquarius in your chart. You are getting clarity about what it is that you are truly walking away from and accepting when it comes to loss, the risk of loss, the risk of offering your heart, your commitment. You know, when the sun shines, it's different to moonlight. We're not holding back because we can't quite see. The sun shines, it's light, it is vitality, it is life force. This month, I feel in many ways, by going within, by retreating, by this quiet, watchful mode of the things you have chosen and engaged in that ultimately hold you back from this, from offering your cup, from getting clear on what it is that you want to offer, any connection, anything. Not being ruled by pride, not being so disciplined, you know, persevering through old ways. That ultimately holds us back from this, Pisces. It ultimately holds us back. You get your wish. You can experience, you know, you can experience your wish fulfillment this month in many ways when it comes to the areas of emotion. And I feel like you have been far too disciplined when it comes to what it is you truly are in here. You know? There's clarity here. There is a lot of clarity in coming together. The Three of Cups is a celebration, a coming together of what and who feels like they emotionally mirror us. You know, this is a celebration. Certainly it can be a pregnancy, but it's the Empress. You know, it's inviting and welcoming, celebrating this Empress energy. The Emperor and Empress are now here. There's a new chapter for a connection. There's a new chapter for an existing connection, a reinvigoration, a coming together of a brand new one. After loss, there is an opportunity to love again. After loss, there is an opportunity to connect again. You're even finding this within your friendship circles. Because, you know, the patterns we play in intimacy are very much the same. This retreat time was of purpose for you. This had to be a going in, a healing time to address these perceptions. And this is the energy that results when we swim upstream, when we try and maintain such strict discipline when it comes to an old way of being that's so desperately trying to pass out of our life. This is how it feels when we feel conflicted inside, trying to carry the weight of an old way of being on our shoulders while experiencing something completely new, something we've perhaps wanted and sought for a very long time. It's about engaging this energy of the divine fire. The King of Wands he's passionate, he's sensual, he feels like himself. And you want to feel this energy, male or female, you want to feel this energy, Pisces. You want to feel like that about life, love, connection, friendship. Connection is not about adversity. I'm getting an ear download as we speak. Love is not about adversity. Adversity has taught you a lot. Maybe you found those lessons in the realms of love. You know who you want to offer your heart to. And you know what? You can do that with anyone. You can do that with friendships. You can do that with intimate connections. You know who you want to offer your heart to. I feel like I'm speaking to a Pisces that has retreated to integrate this. You want to build, you want to start a new beginning, you want to make a start, you want to invest. This is planting seeds for the future. This is you. Maybe you were unsure about how you were going to do about that, if it was the right time for you. The moon card shows up and it asks us, it almost demands that we use our intuition. But you are clear. By the end of this month, you are crystal, because this is the sun and the moon. Oh, look at that. The sun and the moon, the emperor and the empress, the wheel of fortune. The high priestess, this is you, and also Cancer and Scorpio. I feel like it's very watery, but intuitive, so air too, you know. Oh my God, there's a match. The King and Queen of Wands is here. This is a very, sorry. There is a specific Pisces out there. Where did she go? Where did the Empress go? She was one of the first out. Bear with me. I just want to show you the story. The Emperor and the Empress. The Moon and the Sun. The Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Do I need to say any more? But what you were battling against was this feeling. You were triggered, and I think you retreated. And then you did a lot of watching, you did a lot of soul searching this month. The connection has helped you come to terms with what needs to end, what you are willing to refocus on when it comes to what you want to persevere, engage the energy of perseverance. There's good news. And now, did we have the King of... Get out of town. I need to stop. This feels like a very, very strong connection. The King and Queen of Cups. The Queen and King of Wands. The Sun. The Moon. The Emperor. And the Empress. If the Hierophant shows up, I'm just going to... Oh! Okay, so I do want to say the Seven of Swords, and then the Hierophant showed up. Do you know who the Hierophant is? He is her counterpart. They are both spiritual masters, spiritual teachers, spiritual guides. This is something very, very specific, Pisces. You had to go to the depths. You had to go to the shadows. You had to retreat. You had to get back to 0 point. You had to experience an ego death. I wouldn't be surprised if many Pisces have experienced some form of dark night of the soul awakening this month. What you've been processing is this energy of strategy and being strategic when it comes to connection, when it comes to relating, when it comes to trust. Friendships everywhere, okay? Intimacy, everything. Processing old connections that made you feel like they took from you. They were strategic with you. So then I had to embody that energy too if I'm going to survive this thing called life. You went deep. You went deep. This is not emotional though. It is up in the head. Progressive energy. Holy dooly, look at this. 7, 8, 9. Crown upgrades, higher awareness. You've got a lot of clarity here. 2 aces, are you ridiculous? Give me a minute because I feel like I need to channel a message. Do not walk away from what it is that scares you the most. And sometimes what scares us the most is the authenticity that we need to truly speak our truth. Do not, the true cost of pride, Pisces. What is the true cost of pride? I feel like crying. How much do we allow that energy to fuel us, fuel our direction, fuel where we end up in life, as we willingly let the gifts and opportunities of love just die away? There is a connection that has been sparked. And it has been your awakening. And you can even, this can be a friendship that has helped you transcend the depths, that has taught you a lot, through dark packages, through light packages, lighthouse. A connection may have been a lighthouse to old things that needed to be transmuted, old parts of self that needs to be transmuted in order for you to experience a whole new world. But I feel for the most part I'm speaking to a Pisces that this is a spiritual union, guys. Spiritual union. The Emperor to your Empress. The higher, the priest and the priestess. The moon and the sun. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. I am covered in goosebumps. I feel like crying because I feel like you haven't acted. You haven't acted, and there is a risk here that the cost of pride is that something will die. And what needs to die is not an opportunity that can awaken you to the next level of yourself. But what needs to die is the old version of you that keeps you held back. Good golly gosh. I hope your weekly reading frees me from this sense of anticipation. I just want to press fast forward, but this is an episode. Imagination. Visualize, maintain, you're not trusting your intuition. You're not trusting your intuition. The blocks this month might very well be about you engaging, and that's what needs to die. What needs to die is that ego death. That ego death that keeps us trapped away from the truth of what we really are. And you are the lighthouse. We are the lighthouse. We are light. It is our humane nature to build that light and love, you know. That's who we are. We are love. Oh my goodness. Sorry, your reading next week better deliver. Your reading next month better give me the final episode that I'm looking for, the finale. This feels huge. Are you ready? I hope that resonated. I hope you act. I feel there's some action steps necessary, yeah? Good luck. See you next time.